What's up, guys? Dr. Mo here, Digital Nomad Physician at digitalnomadphysician.com. All right, so I had a good experience and maybe a bad experience, and I thought it would be worth sharing because many of you are interested in doing something on your own, doing something different. When I work in the urgent care, one of the most common things that I hear these days is that I'm not able to get in to see my primary care doctor, or my primary care doctor has left. I no longer have access to my primary care doctor. Usually what is happening here is the primary care doctor has decided to not take a certain insurance anymore, or they have cut down their hours, or they've left the practice and they've opened a private practice. So for example, many times I've heard from patients, especially in maybe kind of like the upper middle class neighborhoods, that the physician now has a concierge practice, meaning they still are, that group of physicians that were there, they're still there, they're still taking insurance, but they've added a fee on top, which is usually around $200 to $500 a month for patients. And they usually send that letter out, and then it's up to the patient to see if they want to be part of that practice. Many patients are like, I'm not paying that fee. When I need a primary care doctor, I'll figure that out and I'll find a primary care doctor. What they don't realize is there's no other primary care doctors to be found. Many of these patients who are, let's say, in Manhattan Beach, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Brentwood, West LA, they need primary care doctors to manage their chronic conditions, or just for a referral, just for basic things, very, very basic things. And now they are kicked out of that practice and they've already been sent a letter, and then now they go scramble to find another primary care doctor and they can't. So they're more and more are kind of overflowing into the urgent care. Now, they go to the urgent care a few times and then they realize, I'm getting a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant, I'm getting a different MD, DO every single time. And this isn't to say that an NP or PA is bad. It's to say that that's not what they expected. And because that's not what they expected, they're now frustrated. So many will pay the concierge fee. Some will pay the direct primary care doctor. I still don't think that's very popular right now. Still, as in, it hasn't really picked up. And they'll get seen, right? So now they're part of that practice, and now they're getting this kind of concierge level care, and they're super happy and they're very content. But their concierge practice only is that primary care doctor. When they need to go see a specialist, usually they're going to pay for. They're going to pay using their insurance. They're going to pay the copay. They're going to have a long wait time to be seen by the specialist. And when they're seen by the specialist, the experience may really not be that great. So for me, I recently went and saw so I have a direct primary care doctor, Dr. Seymour in Irvine, Halcyon Health. And she's great, wonderful, helps me arrange everything, pretty much as concierge as anything can get. It's just I only pay $100 a month. I don't have health insurance. I don't have traditional health insurance. I've mentioned that before. I have a health sharing plan. So it's called Sedera. It's not a ministry of any kind of religious affiliation. It's just a kind of a cost sharing between different people. In the past, I had Crowd Health, which is a crowd-funded health plan. And overall, I'm very happy with this kind of setup. She helped me find a specialist whom I went and saw for my hand, so a hand specialist. And we had the appointment. I brought all my imaging on a little jump drive, and the front desk tried to put it in, and they couldn't figure certain things out. But he came down and sat across from me. But the difference is he's an insurance-based physician, and it was kind of obvious to see that. Now, I did pay cash out of pocket for that visit, which was incredibly cheap. In fact, it was less than $170 for a hand surgeon, which I don't really get, but that's what I paid cash for about a 20-minute appointment, maybe 25 with everything. Well, no, probably about 20 face-to-face, and him kind of trying to review some of the images, which again, he couldn't load up very well. He did a good job. I think as a physician, he did a great job. As a surgeon, he did a great job kind of just explaining to me like, hey, this is what I do. I'm a surgeon. This is not a surgical case, whatever. But as a physician, if he ever wanted to be somewhere in that kind of concierge level where you're delivering far better value, giving the same information, but just providing it with better customer service. And I'm not talking about kissing somebody's ass. I'm talking about better communication, better listening, more one-on-one time, more follow-up. He failed on that regard big time. And he's always going to be caught up in that volume-based practice because that's what he was trained to do, and that's what the insurance reimburses really well for. But if he wanted to be in that private practice world, in that sort of concierge level, direct primary care level, the direct care where you're dealing with that patient one-on-one and you're getting paid by that patient directly, he's going to need a whole lot of other skills. So it's good for you to look around and see, of the physicians who are around you, who are probably the kind of physicians who can go out on their own and run a practice beautifully because of their wonderful skills, people skills, communication skills, organizational skills, not business skills. We're not talking about starting a new Amazon or some new, AI software, SaaS company. We're talking about starting your own practice and just saying, hey, I just offer really good care. And that was my experience. I just wanted to share that with you guys because more and more I'm seeing this happen, and more we're going to see this happen. Specialists are going to exit. So there's now the whole direct care movement, right? There used to be direct primary care, direct specialty care, and now above it is direct care. In fact, I just took over the subreddit on direct care. So reddit.com/r/direct care. And I'm going to try to build that up the same way I built up heart health on Reddit. And I think that's where people are headed. That's where experts, physicians, I should say, and hopefully non-physicians are headed when they want to help patients. I think insurance is still going to be a part, but the current price of insurance is probably going to be more for catastrophic. So I hope that's helpful, guys. Leave comments below. Let me know what you think. Take care.